made it. We made it. It is Warning Thursday here on JTMm, aka Just 10 More Minutes. And, you know, the TED Talks are something that y'all have asked me to watch actually for some time. But I really wanted to get through the albums first. So I didn't hear any songs that I hadn't heard yet. And I think that's the case here because this is 6 years ago. So I don't think there's anything that I haven't heard yet that they will play here. Now, if they do, for some strange, wild reason, it is what it is. But I don't think that's the case because y'all were telling me, hey, you know, watch this, this, and this, and then they'll hear that. So I think I've heard everything. So it's going to be interesting. You know, I don't pay attention to TED Talks. I honestly have no freaking clue what they are. I don't generally watch stuff like this. If it's not something about, I don't know. There's just not a lot of stuff that I watch. I have my interest and I stay there. And so this is kind of, you know, putting me in situations that I don't necessarily put myself in to watch longer versions of stuff like this. So with that being said, let's check it out. I love watching Pow just go to freaking town. That makes my day. And I just recorded Sabaton's nuclear attack, which is a dark ass subject, so I needed that. I needed to see them just Pow just going to freaking town. Ollie, you know, it just doing it's kind of funny. I call it the Ollie shuffle personally, just with the way that she just steps back in the certain pattern. I needed that this morning after that freaking video of Sabaton. Yeah, nothing makes me happier than watching these three play. You know, brings me so much joy. I have no clue what to expect. I don't watch TED Talks, don't know any format, anything like that. So this is all new to me. So we'll see where it goes, but let's keep going.
It's
Love this ending. I pause because it gets me a tad emotional, because here's the difference. When you see the range of different types of people in this audience, right? And you see some of the older people standing up and cheering them, whether they're cheering them because they're younger and they want to support them, or they truly enjoy the music. I don't know how these are all set up, and if it's just something that people randomly show up to. Because I look at some of these people that are just like, okay, what's next? And then obviously you have people like this that are standing up, and so I don't know. I mean, to me, it's just a wide version. I see this guy up in this left side that's an older gentleman clapping. Just speaks to them as far as, just their abilities to inspire people and make them feel something. I mean, I'm seeing, this lady behind the lady standing up, of the smile on her face. How do you not get emotional about that? That's awesome. I like that.
Thank you so much. Hello, we are The Warning. We are three sisters with a passion for music. I'm Alejandra.
I'm Paulina.
And I'm Daniela.
We feel so honored of being here playing for you. Thank you so much for the invitation. We are especially excited because we already finished our first original album, and the songs that you're gonna listen today are part of it. We're gonna tell you a little bit of what's it about and why we love what we do so much.
Our album is basically about the 21st century and its society, and some of the things that we would like to change about it. Hence its name, 21st Century Blood. We worked really hard on this album. We put so much time and care into it. Sure, we took a very long time making it, since we were extremely careful to never lose sight of what we wanted our first album to be like. And thanks to all the people who helped us get what we needed, it was possible.
Yeah, and we've had many offers and requests from people who wanted to be a part of our journey. But they always wanted to change an aspect of who we were and what we wanted to do as a band in the business point of view. And that made us feel very disappointed because, why would we have to change ourselves to be successful? So this album is a result of us completely ignoring those people and doing our own thing because, thank you. One of the most important things to us is staying true to ourselves and what we want to do as musicians. Of course, we did listen to those people and what they had to say, but in the end, we didn't go with it because they wanted to change us for the wrong reasons. For us, music is born through feelings and inspiration. It's art, and it's our creative output, not just business. So this next song is called When I'm Alone.
I can't say that any better. That is, and we've kind of touched on, I think, in previous songs of, I think they told a story about that, of how they met with people and wanted to sign them, and they were like, go to pop or whatever, and they're like, no. But it's so true about it being an outlet, right? It is your creative piece. And when you start listening to others and trying to change it can put you in a situation where it's not comfortable, right? You don't have that same presentation. And I've dealt with that just with my channel, right? Hey, why don't you do it this way? Why don't you do it that way? And, not saying that they had any, ill feelings or ill intentions, I guess is the better word. But it's one of those where it's like, this is what burns people out, is you get pulled in so many directions, then you want to satisfy everybody that you just go with it, and then you just, lose the interest in it. And I've done that many a times through YouTube where I felt that way, but I just kept plugging. And I'm not talking about, like the look that I have right now, with changing like the background and stuff like that and putting the green screen back up, whatever. I'm talking about just how videos are chosen, this or that. And for them, that's their creative output. I mean, your music is your music and what you write about. And, for them to want to be touted as, or put into a pop sensation because, they're three young ladies. Yeah, I'm so happy they stayed true to themselves. Let's keep going.
Full of color on the outside, but I only see in black and white. I'm desperate for some light in the corners of my mind, having hope but not enough, reaching out to find no one. Am I the only soul to have lost all control? It gets hard to breathe, stuck in between our words. Has become my baby, I've been in, there's no escape from bubbles in my head. It's driving me crazy. Nobody understands. My sanity's not going to last, and I'll fall on through the night. Everyone will think I'm alright, but nobody knows where I'm dragging along when I'm alone. When I'm alone.
Such a good song.
I'm about to tear up this page, but it's something I can't erase. I wish I could rewrite the story of my life. What I hide every day behind the master's pain. They say I'm not alone, but do they even know? It gets hard to breathe, stuck in between our words. That's become my baby at the end. There's no escape from bubbles in my head. It's driving me crazy. Nobody understands. My sanity's not going to last, and I'll fall on through the night. Everyone will think I'm alright, but nobody knows we're dragging along when I'm Nobody understands. My sanity's not going to last, and I'll fall on through the night. Everyone will think I'm alright, but nobody knows where I'm dragging along when I'm alone. And every day I'll try to keep my feelings hidden inside, but nobody knows what I hold in my soul when I'm alone. When I'm alone.
I'll let him talk here in a second, but there's just nothing better than watching them perform. There really isn't. Great acoustics here, great sound quality. I'll turn the closed captions back on. They were just very poor when it came to the translation of some of the lyrics, not to the fault of the system. It's just some things you just can't pick up vocally. Um, yeah, I never get tired, Pow just back there freaking nailing it. I will always enjoy seeing that hair flying up and her just going to town makes my day. And I like how they've catered it to the audience, right? Because they're not up jumping around. They're not, they're doing their thing and being and performing. It's catering to the audience that's before you and knowing kind of what limits you can push and what you can't. And obviously, we see a wide range of ages here. And some things, if you're jumping around and playing guitar and doing stuff like that, may not be something they want to see instead of just letting them hear what you do. And I think this is a perfect example of it. Such a damn good song. Man, is that a good song.
Through the whole process, we've had a lot of struggles. It's been a very difficult path. We went through one obstacle only to be greeted by another one, and another one, and another one. And when we thought we were finally finished, turns out there were many more obstacles to face.
With so many difficulties along the way, we sometimes felt very discouraged. But in the long run, all those nights where we couldn't sleep, all those situations that we thought were never going to end, only made us stronger as a band and as a family. We know that anyone can relate to having a struggle in their life and how hard it can be to rise above it. But please, fight. Fight for your dreams and for what you believe in, just like we still are today. Even though it may feel like you're not getting anywhere and that it's just not worth it, believe me, your dreams are worth fighting for, and there will be a positive outcome in the end.
All we have accomplished, thank you. All we have accomplished is thanks to a vital part of us as a band, our family, and we are very grateful for that. Family has been and still is the most important part in this process. We have been through highs and lows together, and keeping this trust or love or whatever you want to call it, keeping it intact is extremely important to us because everything we have done has been because we, as a family, have stuck together. And by family, we don't just mean our parents, which of course have been our main supporters through all of this. And without them, we wouldn't be here today. But by family, we mean our special team that is always there for us, and all the people we have worked with, and of course, all the people who have supported us through this incredible journey.
And now we value all the work that is behind every album we listen. It's really shocking how we as music listeners don't really notice all the extremely hard work that is put into making an album. And even though it still has a huge impact on us. I mean, you can't deny that there's always that one song that can make you happy just by listening to it, or give you courage when you need it. Music is that one companion that will always be there through everything, the one who will know exactly how you're feeling. Music is passion. Music is hope. Music is life.
We want to thank you all for your time, and we're going to say goodbye with this last song called Survive. You have been warned!
What this is one of those where it's like, they show just how intelligent they are, eh, and especially for Ollie, Pow just, it comes naturally for Pow. I mean, as soon as the way she carries herself from a speaking standpoint, literally the first thing I thought of is, damn, she would make one hell of a public speaker. It's just, she has that aura about her. And Danny just Danny speaks so eloquently. And I don't, not again, this isn't me going, oh, I didn't expect that. That's not my point. My point is A, you know, you would never think that they were from Mexico, right? But the biggest part to me is they know, how do I put this? You can go out and speak in front of a crowd and say what you want to say, but it doesn't get your point across because you didn't put the proper inflection across at certain points that you want to. A lot of people can go out and do that, right? Getting them in front of an audience and speaking isn't difficult. Now, take out the anxiety of public speaking, all that. That's not the part. I'm talking about if you know the subject, you can get up there and talk about it confidently. But there's a way to get points across when public speaking. Your body language, your eyes, your same thing as singing. And for them to kind of know how to do both is awesome. There's a lot of times, you could tell that they had kind of rehearsed it. And that's not a bad thing. That's just one of those things where, you want to get points across and move forward just because this is what you're brought in to do and speak about struggles and things like that in play. But to do it at this age so perfectly and eloquently, that's the part that I just absolutely love. And you can tell that they mean it. It's not just words to them, can't stop freaking wiping my eyes just because it's, that they live that. And you gotta, I love these girls. I really do. They're just so awesome. All right, let's listen to this.
Don't come to me saying that you cared, that I was the one who was never there. Don't come with your lights in the air. You keep blaming me and it ain't fair.
There's that look.
Don't come telling me that you're worried that I'll be hurting if you're gone. Don't come to me saying that you're sorry. Your words mean nothing. Your words mean nothing at all.
I'll stop it there. Pow just nonchalantly going to it, and then boom, the stick breaks. You saw that chunk fly off, and then she's like, okay, fine, I'll just keep doing it. But the intro, that's one of the best intros I've seen because it really gave her the center stage while Ali was playing. And just so nonchalantly, just like, your words mean nothing at all. And just out of the back pocket, boom, just without missing a beat. Oh, that just makes my freaking day. Again, I just covered Sabaton's Nuclear Attack. And if you haven't heard that song and you're a Warning fan, it just deals with the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which is such a dark subject. But Sabaton turns it around into a positive. And I say that and I bring up that because while the girls don't cover war, they bring up topics that are not necessarily wanting to be talked about. We saw that with Copper Bullets. But they put it across, right? And they're talking about I Will Survive. And they're just such an inspiration and a bright spot. You can't help but smile when listening to them. I don't care if your music, you're not a into rock. Just watch them play. Watch the joy. Watch every movement and how they just love what they do. And you can't help but smile. Let's finish this out. Such a damn good beat.
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.
I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting that. What I enjoyed about that was they got to share a little bit of their story. You know, what I was hoping, I think I saw, and I think there's other ones that they've done, like interviews and such, which I cover. I'm not doing that today. I'm just doing this one just because it was 20 minutes. But I was hoping they could tell more of their story, right? They're so well spoken, and I think there's so much inspiration there. But I did see, like I mentioned last week, where I saw that they were sitting there talking, you know, about the songs. I think I forget which one it was in particular. So I'll dig through, you know, look for more of these and cover those. But man, that was awesome. But I think there's so much more that they can offer, you know, from just what they deal with. The part that I like about their story the most is they come out and say, hey, these big music companies, they wanted to talk to us, but they wanted to change us, and they wanted us to not be who we were. And I think that's probably one of the most important things that they could do to inspire young musicians to pave their own way. Now, obviously, this was, you know, years ago, and they've, you know, gone on obviously to continue to inspire. But you know, and they may say that in some of the other talks that during this, and this was just the performance piece. I don't know, but man, how do you not? That performance was amazing. And the ending of that song is probably one of my favorites. The When Danny's playing and going through those progressions at the higher pitch, there's something about that part on guitar that just brings so much emotion that's just so awesome. I just absolutely love it. Now I see why you wanted me to watch those. Those were good. I mean, obviously you saw the emotional reaction I had to those. I needed that. I needed that this morning after that Sabaton. All right. Next one, we'll see what comes up. I'll throw some out there. Let me know if there's other stuff you want me to cover. I can cover, you know, I think they did another TED Talk you were telling me before I hit Evolve. And then, you know, maybe some of the Danny Day, other covers, things like that. Let me know. I'll check them out. I'll pull them up and I'll review them. Until next time, y'all know who I am and what I'm about. JTMm. Like, subscribe, and share. I'm out.